Alright, hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Michael, and I'm super excited today. Today will be my first day, and I'm going to be uploading my first video on YouTube, and I'm really excited about that. Alright, so I'm going to make a video on the use of Autocad. And for those of us who are in land surveying, who studied land surveying, who are professionals in geomatic engineering, town planning, quantity survey, architecture. Okay, so here is the channel for you, and today I'm going to show us basic functionalities in AutoCAD, and I'm going to be using the most basic AutoCAD version, which is AutoCAD 2004. Alright, so that was like 19 years ago, but trust me, this is one of the basic AutoCAD for a new beginner. And trust me, if this is your first time of using AutoCAD, so this is what I recommend for you: AutoCAD 2004 or AutoCAD 2007. But for people who are into subdivision planning and the rest of it, so AutoCAD 2004 has certain functionalities that can actually ease your activities while working with it. So right here, this is my screen. So right here I have three components of Autodesk Land Desktop. So when you install AutoCAD 2004, which I'm going to drop the link for you to download the link, I'll drop the link on the description below. Okay, so when you install AutoCAD 2004, you will have these three components. So in these three components, we are more interested in this one, Autodesk Land Desktop 2004. So this is what we are going to use for our CAD drawing, plotting of survey plan, plotting of a parcel, a lot, using coordinates, using bearing and distance, using freehand drawing, whichever we want to do. So this is the one we're going to use. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to double click on this to launch Autodesk Land Desktop 2004. So stay with me. Alright, I'm launching the AutoCAD. So this is it. So when you launch the AutoCAD, this is what you first see. So you're able to see all of this because these are my previous projects that I've carried out using this AutoCAD. So for someone who is new, for a fresh installation, you won't see some of these items, so you won't see them. But what you will do first is go to new, you click on new. Alright, so you type in the name of the project. Okay, so this is going to create a project for you. So the drawing name, so let me give it demo 01, or just demo. Alright, so once you're done with that, you can click on create projects. Now in this aspect, if you're working with imperial measurement, that is a feet, or metric, which is meter, you can do this. So if you want your project to be in feet or meters, this is where you select it. So I'm going to select meters because I want to use meters as my unit of measurement. So once I'm done, I can give project information name. I'll call it demo, still demo. So you can write a description in the description box, just to give you a hint of what the project is all about, but I'm going to leave it blank. Alright, so every other thing remains on default settings. So I'll click on OK, and once I'm done, I'll click on OK here. Alright, so a new dialog will open up, which is this. So all you have to do is just click on OK, and then you wait for the next frame, which will come up soon. Alright, so this is the new frame. Okay, so here you can choose to select the scale you want for your drawing, but if you don't want, you can just click on next. We'll get to that later on, so click on next. Okay, so you can select meters as your units, linear measurement unit, you can select meters. Drawing scale, I should say, may be affected, continue, and click OK. So the angular unit, is it in degrees or grades? So I'm going to leave mine to be in degrees. Okay, so for the angle display style, is it bearings, north azimuth, south azimuth? So here I'm going to use north azimuth because I want the angles to be calculated from the north line, then moving clockwise back to the north line. So I'm going to use north azimuth. But if you're in the US, Canada, and where they use bearings, you can select bearing, and then that will be your units for bearing for the angles. So alright, so I'm going to leave every other thing on default and click on next. Alright, so here is where you set the scale of the drawing. So if you want to set your scale, you can select the scale, horizontal scale and vertical scale. So but you can leave that. If you don't want, you can leave it on custom. So I'm going to set everything on custom, and then next. Alright, so next. So the projection, if you want to set a projection, you can set it here. Alright, so I'll click on next. Alright, this too, you can choose to set the base point, which is the beginning of your drawing. You can choose to set where you term as the base point, or you can just leave it. For now, I'll leave it on default just to avoid any complication. So you can click on next. So this is the text style setting. So just leave everything on default setting. So next, and also click on next. So here you can save this project. You can save this project file using a name. So if you have another project and you want to use this same setting as your template, you can always pick it up from the list. So I would give it I would name it demo. Alright, so once I name it demo, I click on save. So you can see it here, it's saved. So you can just click on finish, and that will do it. So to bring up this, just click on OK, and that's okay. So now let's further check the units of measurement. So I can type UN on the command UN and enter. So this will bring up the thing. So you can see that everything is set. So I go to direction, I can set this to north, so it will start from the north, the direction start from the north, and then I can set this to clockwise so that it will move clockwise. But if you don't want to set it, it's fine, you can also leave it. So let me set it. So if you want to set the precision of the meters measurements, you can set it, but here I'm leaving it on two decimal place. So I will leave it at that. So mind you, I've set the direction to north. Okay, and I've also clicked on clockwise so it can move clockwise. So I can just click on OK and then save. So I can save this project by going to File and Save. So this is saved, right? So that's it. So we are good to go now. We can commence with the plotting, and I will show you the tools that we use for plotting, and yes,